Do you fear God? Yes. Do you fear stealing from God? Perhaps not. Almost all of us have lost our chapels in places of worship. Sometimes it's an innocent mistake, sometimes a lazy mistake, and sometimes on purpose. In a way, it's crazy. We visit these places of worship out of fear of being wrong before God, and at the same time, we do such mischiefs right in front of Him. Not just chapels, but we have also witnessed scandals and scams involving trustees of places of worship. Above all, these places of worship are not strangers to theft, and throughout history, we have witnessed them being subjected to dacoit and loot. But there were even periods when kings themselves looted temples and abducted idols as war trophies. For now, let's keep the history aside. You might have heard of the recent theft of the gold-plated Kalasham atop the Virudagirishwar temple in Kudalur district, Tamil Nadu. Kalashams are structures on top of temple towers in the form of inverted pot with pointed head facing the sky, as one of the prominent symbol of the temples. Police suspect unidentified persons used a ladder to climb up the walls of the Vimanam, which are multiple-storied pyramid-like structures over inner sanctum sanctorum, to remove the Kalashams, each weighing nearly 300 kilo. The temple is said to have been constructed 2500 years ago, and the consecration was held on February 6th. The Vridhachalam police are investigating, but sadly, this isn't one of a kind of an instance. Last year, when COVID was at its peak and a lockdown was implemented throughout the country, places of worship had turned to a soft target for burglary. Sri Murikeshwara Subramanya Temple and a temple in Vaitla, both under the Cochin Devasam board in Kerala, were looted, taking advantage of pandemic and lack of funds for closed temple to hire a full-time security. It is said a minimum of 20 cases are registered per state every 5 years regarding thefts at places of worship irrespective of religion. As many as 21 places, including 12 temples, 3 gurudwaras, 2 mosques, 1 church and 3 dargahs have been burgled in the last 5 years in Chandigarh alone. Indian art and antiques have always attracted millionaires or collectors, they call themselves, who pay a fortune to possess priceless art stolen from India, which are sold at auctions and private pawn parlors abroad. In total, the number of idols lost is estimated to be close to a staggering 50,000. The practice of collecting Indian ancient statues can be dated back to the British Raj, when our colonizers took back with them several artifacts of historical importance. China too has faced a similar fate, but there were reports of thefts around museums in Europe, stealing Chinese artifacts which were later found back in China. India, on the other hand, has taken a far softer route, often using diplomacy to request for the return of these ancient wonders. Tagging along with India Pride Project, the IPP, a Singapore-based global volunteer network that is demanding India's heritage to be brought back to home. The Tamilian Chola Nataraja figurine finally returned to India when the then Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott decided to repatriate the stolen idol while meeting Prime Minister Modi in 2014 after months of rallying and media lobbying. Ironically, these are some lobbyists within our country who have invested heavily in our national treasure and want to dissolve the antiquity laws. They want to make a freer trading market for our ancient treasures. Our heritage should be our pride, our symbols of rich culture, tradition and history, stories of our family and land. Let's preserve them within our land.